Talk to me about Bitcoin and kind of the crypto market. I know that that is now pretty much entered into the economic conversation because it seems like there's an entire generation of kids who, they might not be so interested in bonds or stocks or gold, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is pretty much the entire piece of their financial portfolio.
Yep. Well, I think it's here to stay, and I'm grateful for that. Just non-politically, I'm sort of amateur enthusiast about all this stuff. I've been into it for a number of years. I used to run a program called the Teal Fellowship, and Vitalik Buterin, of course, who founded Ethereum, was a 2015 Teal Fellow. So we were smart enough at the time to recognize his talent and welcome him into the program. I wish I was smart enough to participate in the ETH ICO, but I did not do that. But I think this stuff is super innovative, and putting a political lens on, I think there's even an argument, and I admit this is just a theory, I'm not sure it'll turn out this way, but there's at least an argument why Bitcoin specifically could be really good for the US dollar. Usually I hear people in political discourse frame them as sort of antagonists, necessary adversaries, and you can sort of see why, right? Because of course, central bank digital or central bank currency like the US dollar is just centralized and controlled and sort of inherently inflationary. Contrast to Bitcoin, obviously decentralized, no one government can control it, non-inflationary or even deflationary. But I actually think that Bitcoin could be the one technological check on the Fed, and maybe just the one check on the Fed. Like, I want to get into the US Senate and provide a political check on the Fed because I think things have just gotten out of control. But what if I can't do that, right? What if the US Senate at this point just can't exercise meaningful political control over the Fed? Then wouldn't you like something like Bitcoin, this uncancelable digital, decentralized protocol? Why wouldn't that actually just make policymakers more disciplined? Because if you can print $6 trillion, well, maybe you can get away with that if you're the world's reserve currency and there's no other option. But now in Bitcoin, you have investors finally have a decentralized option. And so my hope is, as the Fed sees, now if they just continue to print money, you're going to get tons of inflation in USD, and investors are going to flock to, digital gold. Not a perfect metaphor, but a decent one. Maybe Bitcoin in its very existence will tell our policymakers, hey, you got to put on the brakes here and actually shore up our financial system. Again, maybe an optimistic hope, but it is my hope.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit in terms of when you say the Bitcoin kind of market or investors and their relationship to the US dollar, how Bitcoin could potentially help the US dollar. How do you think that could work?
Well, simply by stopping inflation, right? I don't think you can print as much money in a world with Bitcoin. If you're a central banker, if you're running the Fed, I don't think you can print as much USD as you could without Bitcoin, right? It's kind of scary to imagine a world where the US dollar is no longer sort of automatically the reserve currency, but I think we're getting there. We're getting there geopolitically, and we're getting there technologically with Bitcoin and the rise of crypto. So yeah, I'm not an investment advisor, but I do think people should own some part of their net worth in Bitcoin. And I think when more and more people do that, and right now I think cat's out of the bag, like, Bitcoin is here to stay. I think that could exercise a huge disciplining function on US policymakers. And if not, then Bitcoin's just gonna, I think the dollar will eventually crash, and Bitcoin or something like it will be the safe haven.
Hey, you, did you like this video? Great. We make 5 of them a day and post them here on this channel. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and see you next time.